Zero, when does the next round start?
What makes you think we'll be having
Shut the
up.
fuck
You're why the vote?
They're already open.
Right, you so. Let me.
Alright, we've been here before. I can't, when cutscenes are happening, I can't do it. There we go. Yay! Oh, no, skip. There we go. I'm so happy how skippable the Zero scenes are.
If I had to guess, I'd
Shut up.
say it's going to be 10 mealdy or less.
Oh, they're just being like, those are the ones that will die next, which is what she always says.
I'm pretty sure.
I see. Alice and I only have one BP.
God damn it.
It's the same dialogue as always, but with slightly different changes referring to the fact.
Now she's upset because now she knows she dies.
Found out. Yeah, she finds out she'll die.
Right? Fine.
Yeah, I guess so.
Is that a reference to him knowing?
Yeah.
It's not like anybody else knew, right, Fido? Dropping mad hints, yo.
I took a moment to go over everything in my head.
No, we didn't.
And it's gone.
Damn it, why won't you skip? There we go. It did change. Mine changed from red to cyan. Me too. Oh, I'm not, we don't, okay. Let's just get to the decision part.
Yep, I've gone.
I'm still. And it's fine.
Show me the diagram. It makes it easier.
When did they change?
Oh my god. It's okay. It's the last time we have to go through this part.
I fucking hope so, man.
And then we never hear from Zero Bunny again. There they go. They're gone. Ah.
That little piece of shit. If I could just get my hands on that little fucker, I'd squeeze him till he popped.
Jesus.
I mean, it's just what you say.
It's like in my head, I'm just thinking like, I don't even know what popping a rabbit's head off by squeezing it would look like. That just sounds gruel.
Scooping up the field rabbits and popping them on the head.
Why is this happening to me?
Oh, it's a past thing. What? Really?
I spent a few minutes wallowing in misery. I figured I deserved at least a little self-pity.
I mean, that sounds new.
But even I knew that brooding and whining wasn't going to get me anywhere. Like Kay had said, we needed to at least try to find another way out. So I shook my head to clear it, stood up straight, and headed off.
Oh yeah, it's time to meet up with everybody again for the third version of the story, which is probably the last time this configuration thing happens.
Yeah.
I think that these three... I think they multiplied the "where's Snake" part to 3 separate branches to hide all the storytelling that introduces some of the characters, kind of, because otherwise, because they were removing it from the escape rooms.
Yeah.
Lounge. The order seems unimportant. You can tell it's unimportant because there's no branching in this part of the story.
Yeah, right?
So it's just like, hey...
It's just information gathering.
Yeah. It's like when a game has BioWare-style dialogue of like, here's the 7 dialogue options for asking questions. And you have to click on all of them, but in any order, because it won't let you leave till you clicked on all of them. Sigma, perfect timing.
You were here earlier, right?
Yeah, I was. Fee, Luna, and I were the first into this room.
Did you find anything suspicious?
Like, secret pathway or something.
You really thinking that's the kind of detail I would have neglected to mention?
Anything else then? Anything out of the ordinary?
Literally everything. Out of the ordinary.
Everything is out of the ordinary about this scenario.
Huh. Well, I mean, everything about this room is out of the ordinary.
How about this? Wow, wow, how unusual for there to be a magazine about an actual, factual lunar eclipse that's definitely happening soon.
And in the real world.
How crazy. That's way weirder than, like, the lasers that solve riddles on the walls.
Yeah, right? Which is apparently turned off now.
What is there, some kind of real magazine that's from normal life? Weird.
Isn't that obvious? It's an astronomy magazine. Apparently, it's got an article about a lunar eclipse. Says it's going to happen on December 31st, 2028.
This New Year's Eve, then?
Yeah. 6 days from now.
Wait, what did you say? What do you mean 6 days?
Well, Well, today's Christmas, right? So,
Wait a minute. When were you grabbed?
didn't you hear me? On Christmas. About 2 or 3 in the morning. Wait, did they pick you up on a different day?
Yeah.
I was abducted in the middle of the night on December 22nd.
Ooh.
Wait, what? That's like a lot of time to just keep someone in captivity.
Yeah, were we the ones in the pods? Was it us?
No, it was them.
Also, these are weirdly smiley faces.
We were kidnapped late.
Yeah, unless he was later.
Probably because they were working around my school schedule.
What about you?
I think it was the 20th.
Oh, even sooner.
What?
We
Wait, they
might
held you
be
here
the
for
most recently captured.
for 5 days? How did
Oh my
you?
God.
How did you not notice?
They stick you IVs in you or something?
Yeah, but how could you be here?
I always wonder about that when you're in like fantasy settings or historical settings where there's like some character who is like in a coma or something before medicine, and I'm
Yeah.
like, how are you alive? How do they feed and water you, and where does it come out? And like, there's like a whole process that's just like sanitized away and never explained, and it's just like, yeah, they just sat politely in a bed for 3 years, and then magically woke up
They just
one day.
sat politely in a bed.
It's always contextualized like they're just sitting there and then they wake up one day, and I'm like, they never show the process and effort it must take to keep somebody like that alive if they're not conscious ever.
I mean, to keep that person alive is not even an effort. They're literally dead.
On some level, I'm like, okay, bed pans, sure, I get it, but like, how
You
do you
can't feed them. There's no
Can you,
saline
though?
solution.
Do you feed them like soup? Because I think you can kind of get unconscious people to drink sometimes, can't you? I don't know. It sounds fucking hard, that's for sure.
Like, you can do the thing where you rub their throat so they swallow. Like,
Yeah.
they do the reflexive swallow, but like,
That's rough
I don't know if that's a good idea.
to do every day forever.
Well, I feel like that's probably not good for them either.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, is their body actually...
I've just been curious about that because it sounds bordering on impossible in most stories, as before like medical science, where you just plug somebody up. And
Yeah, I
stuff
think
kinda works.
I think the whole like coma thing is definitely like, especially
it's a really common plot point in like fantasy or historical stories.
I don't know how many coma patients were found in the medieval times. It's like, I don't.
Try out my new indie game, Medieval Coma.
Then we were all taken on different days.
Doesn't that mean we were just sleeping until the Nonary Game started?
Maybe they kept us on a Soparil IV drip or something?
In theory, you could have everyone wake up at the same time if you got the dosage right.
What? Wait.
And they didn't get the dosages that right because Clover was last to wake up. Although she is the smallest, so the dosage might be largest proportion to her. No, she's not the smallest as a child.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Then today might not even be the 25th.
I think that's likely.
Today's
Probably the 31st.
No, well, yeah, today's the 31st because the explosion happens
Some
on
of us
New
were
Year's.
probably abducted after you.
Oh. Well, I guess that explains why I feel kind of dizzy.
You too? I felt disoriented since I woke up. My body doesn't feel right.
Well, maybe it's because we were asleep for so long. Your muscles start to atrophy if you don't use them.
That's a little fast, I have to say.
In less than a week?
Yeah.
Have you never?
I don't think that's right.
Have you never been sick with a cold and just laid in bed for like a week to get
Yeah.
over it? Like, I don't wake up with muscle atrophy.
Or just have a sedentary lifestyle.
Yeah.
Then, what day is today?
Beats me.
I have no idea.
Well, I guess no one was counting on their fingers.
Yeah. In sleep. Sleep fingers.
Well, what about you guys?
Just count your tree rings.
What?
Was there anything interesting in the crew quarters or the infirmary?
Nah, nothing in the quarters.
Except, the crazy escape room puzzle in our death game.
Oh well, there was a book about a cat.
Oh. Great.
Joke again.
Cat.
I can't wait.
Yeah. Something about a cat in a box and whether it's dead or alive, huh?
How can none of you know about Schrodinger's cat? What the fuck universe is this?
Well, he's a circus ringleader.
I don't care.
He probably left.
I don't care.
I mean,
It's like knowing about Snapple Cap things.
I mean, he probably quit like middle school or he dropped out of middle school or high school to become a ringleader. He didn't finish high school.
Didn't make any sense to me though.
There's no college graduate like circus ringleaders.
I think there probably are, actually.
What do you get a degree in, zoology?
Whenever a person has a weird job like that, it feels like they always have degrees in something.
I don't know.
I'm actually a psychologist.
An animal psychologist.
Yeah, Schrodinger's cat. The animal psychologist. So your problem here is you talk to cats. Says the talking cat.
I'm just imagining Schrodinger having a box, and he's just like, how does that make you feel? And the cat's just like, don't open the box. It's like, okay, we won't break your comfort zone.
This week on Catface.
Well, it doesn't really sound like something that's going to help us get out of here.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
Yeah, some psychology book about a cat sounds way less interesting than an Eclipse magazine.
Also, in case you didn't know, Schrodinger's cat is actually very important to the situation that we're going through right now.
Whoops.
How about the infirmary? Find anything interesting?
Well, actually, there was one thing.
A dead body.
What?
I wasn't trying to hide it. The right moment to mention it just never came up.
After I got betrayed.
You don't need to apologize, just tell us what you found.
Well, see for yourself.
Oh, the newspaper clipping.
Because
yeah.
everyone has to learn about Radical 6.
Here's a newspaper article, it looks like.
Yeah, it was in the safe in the infirmary.
Let me see that. Radical 6 infection spreads. Cure continues to elude authorities.
What the hell? What's Radical 6?
Just read the article.
Sounds hella fake. I swallowed and began to read. The Radical 6 virus continues to spread across the globe like wildfire. The WHO has confirmed that death toll is estimated to have passed 100,000 victims. Immediate quarantine of any infected patients is strongly advised. Do you think we're in a quarantine facility?
You mean you think we got infected with this Radical 6 thing? Oh, come on, you gotta be kidding me.
Well, we don't know anything for sure. But look at us. We seem pretty healthy. Admittedly,
Except
I don't
for
know
you.
what the symptoms of Radical 6 are.
I don't know how your
But if
waist
it's
even
killing
exists.
people worldwide, they must be horrific.
Yeah, what suffering have her organs gone through
To like
make that happen?
Yeah, to bear the burden of these watermelons upon your breasts.
I was born with undersized organs, except 2.
I was born with
Just
no
look
fat
at
on my
this
limbs, but
soft,
one
lustrous
area.
skin. This perfect, shapely face.
Shapely face? What your face?
We can't even be bothered about the fact that we talk about her body if she's doing this, pulling this shit now.
Yeah.
Does this beauty look like something infected with an awful disease?
Isn't Radical 6 just a mental illness? Like, doesn't it just make you? Doesn't it?
Also,
like,
your face doesn't stand out because it's exactly the same as every other anime face in this game.
Well, no, it's brown.
I swear you all have the same bone structure and complexion. Like, there's no changes. So it's like, if she's supposed to stand out as being especially pretty or clean looking, it's like they failed to do that because they made everyone look flat.
Keith, she has raccoon eyes. Yeah, she's beautiful.
Because she just has way too much eyeliner.
No, that's the right amount. There's raccoon eyes. She's a beautiful trash panda.
A beautiful trash panda. Oh boy.
You want to touch it, don't you, boy?
What the fuck?
Wait, where do we go? How do we get here from? Bad touch!
Did her mouth suddenly open at the end?
Yeah.
I can see it in your eyes.
How did she open her mouth even wider during that one? Holy shit.
Also, I want
How do
you
you
to
talk without closing your mouth?
I don't know. I want you to note, lady, that if there's anything I want to touch, it's just gonna be your tits, because it's the only thing that's like protruding out of you that's like in the forefront.
I mean, I think they're gonna collide with everyone on accident at some point.
Go on. Try.
What the fuck is happening right now?
What is that face? Well, you're probably wondering how I got here.
Is this charades? Are we playing charades?
I like how
I just, these faces.
I just don't. I know.
Well, I am feeling a little weird.
That could just be from sleeping for a couple of days. Or maybe it's a side effect of that drug. Besides, if this is where they ship people to quarantine them, don't you think there aren't enough, people?
Maybe we're all that
This thing is
survive.
killing people all over the world, right? So why would there only be 9 of us here?
10.
Yeah, I guess you do have a point.
People just keep saying 9 as if there's not a 10th body around here.
Think about it. Zero is forcing us to play this Nonary game. Why would the government quarantine people and then make them play a game?
Also not a good point, you dumb bitch. Were you not there for pharmaceutical company backstory about the fact that they were like testing?
Well, that's not the government.
Children, but they were getting money from the government to do that.
Were they?
Yeah.
I thought they were getting it from being a pharmaceutical company.
No.
I think they just were getting it from being a rich company.
I don't think they. No.
I don't think it was government granted.
I think it was.
Doesn't she work for the government?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
So you're saying there's no connection between our abductions and this virus?
Probably not.
You didn't pay attention during the last 999 game.
I mean, he wasn't there.
She should know about it.
No, he wasn't there.
No, but I'm saying she should know about it. She's acting like there's no correlation. Why would they pick up people from pharmaceutical companies do stupid shit, lady. Apparently there's no oversight for them.
You haven't heard of Umbrella Chronicles. I mean, Umbrella Corporation.
Umbrella Corporation.
Umbrella Chronicles is a shooter game.
Yeah.
Well, it's still something we should remember, I suppose. I mean, even if we're safe in here, our friends and families are still out there.
That's true. I hope they're all right.
Wait a minute. When did this virus actually show up? I've never heard of it before.
Neither have I.
Me either.
So what day is it? If this Radical 6 killed hundreds of thousands of people while we were asleep, just how long have we been out for?
I don't think you'll be able to just puzzle that out. If we want the truth, we need to find more information.
Okay, I think I'll look around a bit more then.
Not to mention just the issue of like either this entire puzzle has nothing to do with Radical 6 or this entire puzzle is about Radical 6, which would mean that whoever abducted us knew it was going to happen. Part of me still wonders if this is like some sort of weird Nonary Game Andromeda strain, and we're supposed to somehow solve the virus by doing the Nonary Game.
Probably, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be?
It's the closest thing to a motivation we have so far because we have nothing else to go on.
Well, because the idea is
But also the motivation for last game's Nonary Game came out of fucking nowhere at the end anyway, so who knows if we'll even have clues that point towards it.
Yeah. I mean,
surprise, this one character's secretly a ghost and was never actually here. Save her. What?
I mean, the only thing I can think of is that all they did was they took a ragtag fucking B-list of people and threw them in an escape room. And we're like, you all have to go through this because eventually morphogenic fields will figure out a way for the right solution to cure the disease because you all have it. More
Which
or
is like,
less.
this almost points to the idea like if you put enough people together with morphogenic field capabilities, like they're just invincible. They'll just survive literally anything.
Well,
even
they
if
won't,
have to
though.
cure their own disease.
Only one of the timelines will work.
Yeah. The real one.
But like that's the thing that doesn't make sense is that like you can grab these people, put them all together, but there's going to be 8 different endings where they all die.
Well, it depends on how you interpret time.
Well, I interpret time as the one you currently live in. So if I took 9 people and I wasn't on the one where they figured it out the first time, they figured it out that time, that means I was on the shit timeline. I wasn't on the prime. I'm not prime Andrew as much as I want to believe I am.
Oh shit.
I've already spent plenty of time here anyway.
Alice and I are gonna stick around. You know, just in case you miss something.
They're gonna fuck.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like I can trust your eyes.
What?
Whoa.
Oh.
Whatever.
It sounded judgy, but they just mean like I don't know if I can trust this all to be you to find everything. The worst way to put it, basically.
I turned and headed for the exit. Where to next?
To hold off.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Bloop,
Take us
bloop,
somewhere
bloop,
new,
bloop.
please. I want to go new,
Bling.
please. Infirmary gross. Old dead ladies are in here.
We've arrived in the infirmary.
The infirmary?
The infirmary.
How's it going? You guys find anything?
Hello, Mr. Sigma. Nothing yet.
Oh,
Well, Alice, Clover, and I did go over this room quite thoroughly. I doubt you'll find any hidden hallways here.
why are you back there then?
Well, I was concerned about the lady you found. Who would do such a horrible thing?
Given what we know so far, you're the most likely candidate.
Damn!
Please, why would I kill this woman?
Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying the evidence points to you right now. If we find more evidence in the future, that could change.
We were so busy earlier that I never got to ask, but do any of you know who she is?
It's me. I've never seen her before. I don't know her either.
Neither do I. Well, I suppose I might have known her before I lost my memories, but there's no way to know, is there?
God damn it.
You
Is this
still
like the
can't
face
remember
blindness thing?
anything?
No.
It is like everyone. So there's always like one or two characters probably in every narrative that has some kind of like mental issue that is a plot point that's going to be convenient to the story. At least we know this one up front, unless it's a lie. Whoa!
I mean,
Even a little, unfortunately.
You better be telling the truth about this amnesia stuff.
Are you suspicious of me too, Sigma?
Suspicious? Have you looked in a mirror lately? You might as well have suspicious tattooed across your forehead.
If someone ran into you on the street at night, they'd probably pass out from fright. Or maybe even during the day.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, none of us passed out from fright.
also that's kind of rude to say.
That's like 8 people that didn't freak out. They're like, oh look, weird armor man, whatever. In fact, we were really nonchalant about it. We didn't really seem to care.
Yeah.
I'm more bothered by how his weird belts float in like every camera angle. You can always see his belts floating above his body.
I think they're not belts. I think they're just kind of like, I don't know, things like attached to his body.
I don't know. It's just weird how they're not touching him ever.
I apologize for my frightening appearance.
Well, it's not really something you need to apologize for. Just take off your fucking mask. I mean, it's not your fault, right?
Maybe. Could be.
No, I suppose not. Well, I assume not.
But what?
I'm not sure why, but none of this feels particularly strange. The mask and the suit, I mean. In a way, it almost feels natural.
Like you're just a robot? Mr. Robot?
I feel as though I was forced into it.
Are you saying this is how you always look?
No, I don't think that's it.
This might be a pretty obvious question, but is there any way for you to take it off?
Oh my god, it happened, Andrew.
Oh my God.
Somebody finally asked how to take his armor
The
off.
child. The child had to ask.
It was hiding here the whole time.
No. I've tried several times, to no avail. I honestly don't even know where to start. But there is something I'd like to ask of you. There are parts of the suit I can't see. Could you have a look and tell me if perhaps there is a switch or something similar?
They can't find a mirror anywhere?
With no further warning, he removed his robe and turned his back to us. It took no time at all to find something of interest.
Why is he wearing the robe? He's already armored.
I mean, literally.
There's a hole here on the back of your head.
Hole?
Yeah, looks like you, insert something. It says open, so maybe if you put some kind of key in there.
You could open up the suit and take the mask off.
I see. That's excellent news. We just need to find whatever it is that goes in there then.
Yeah.
Can we open it up and it's the bunny?
Thank you.
Wait, why did you need to take your robe off for that?
Well, they're searching his body.
Oh. What's on the back of his head?
Yeah, you really think somebody would have seen the back of his head sooner than that?
How did literally no one see that? like I can understand if it's on his back, like right on his spine. Like,
and why did he put the robe back on? Does he like being tangled in weird clothing when he's already armored? Like, it's like my character design. When they sell my action figures when this game is really big, I need to always wear my iconic robe.
Yeah, I think it's some kind of like religious thing.
We have to render fewer polygons. I'm just covered in red for some reason.
I feel somewhat relieved. I was beginning to fear I might have to spend the rest of my life like this.
Well, you still might.
I mean,
for the next few hours, which is your life. In most of these endings, you die, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, a minute ago you said that it felt natural.
Well, it does. But that doesn't mean I want to stay in it forever.
Maybe it's just real comfy.
Imagine having glasses, for instance. Wearing them doesn't feel strange, but you'd hardly want to wear them all the time, forever, would you?
That's a very loaded question, sir. Both of us happen to be wearing glasses at the current moment that we are bound to.
I literally
for life.
wake up in the morning, put my glasses on, keep them on all day, go to sleep, and take my glasses off and like next to my bed. Like, I functionally do wear them all the time, except for the part where I'd crush them and fuck up my face if I tried sleeping with them.
Yeah.
That's what wearing the suit is like.
Seems different. Seems pretty different. You should have compared it to like somebody who does movies or plays in a costume, but then takes it off afterwards.
I would almost say a better example would be like a wedding ring. Like a wedding ring is something you keep on by default and you become accustomed to having it on, but in reality it's just a fucking nuisance. Because a ring isn't like it is. Rings suck to have, especially if you use.
A ring's a bad example because people that get married get used to having them on literally all the time, to the point where some people literally can't take them off at some point.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like
it has to be like cut off.
But it doesn't make the burden any less. Like when you try to type with it, it can be awkward and annoying. When you try to like hold stuff, it like hits it. Like there are inconveniences involved with a ring that you can just take off and put in a drawer because no one gives a shit. But like,
I think in some cases people wear them so damn much that their hand like starts to morph into being shaped for it.
No, that's people whose body changes because they get comfortable being married and they get fat. And their fingers start getting too fat for the ring. And the ring is a reminder that you used to be a hot, skinny thing at one time, but then you got fat, you lazy, dumb bitch. Like,
take that, Dad.
I mean, my dad never wore a wedding ring because it meant he couldn't pick up chicks.
My dad always reminded me of that just because his hand was just shaped for the ring at some point and it was never coming off. Like, because he had calluses all over his hands too and shit like that. It's like he had like all these fucked up like knuckles and everything and all those fingers. It's like that ring's never coming off. You have to like do surgery to get it off.
I think my grandparents are like that. I think my grandfather specifically because he has like diabetes, so it's like bound to him now.
Oh,
because like his fingers are so swollen from it that he can't take it off, but he doesn't need to because his fingers are like so fat that the ring isn't a hindrance because it's like at some point the rest of the fingers are covering the ring because he's sausage fucking fingers.
This conversation's getting gross.
But I mean, my grandmother's the same way. She's just so old that she doesn't take it off because like it's like almost painful.
It's the only thing holding her together.
I mean, I don't know how married people function as a thing. I think the ring is some kind of like weird, you have to keep it on or you die kind of thing. Like, because people act like people act like
the ood.
Yeah,
like they gotta protect this brain at all times.
Or like Sauron
or
is like
Charmander.
It's just like a weird thing. Like you'll see people who are married and you'll ask them like, do you ever take the ring? I was like, no, never. It's like it's just like some kind of weird voodoo. You can't take it off or something bad happens, and it's like it's just a fucking ring. Get rid of it. Like just throw it away.
Wasn't it the opening episode of Sherlock? Like, seems like her ring comes off on and off a lot. She must be a whore. It's like the first episode of the new Sherlock was basically that.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, so she's an adulterer because her her ring is polished on the inside from coming on and off a lot. I'm like, all right, interesting plot point you're going for there.
Which is weird because CeeLo's wife, she used to take it off or hers off all the time for like shower or when she would like shower or when she would go like wash dishes.
It's almost like the completely insane inferences that are made by Sherlock on that show are kind of bullshit most of the time.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, I've seen people who literally never take it off,
Yeah.
though. Like, there are people who just bathe with it on, and people who, you know, just, it just stays
Shadow,
on forever.
no. No. Damn it. Getting locked out for that.
Well, I think that's enough about me. Should we move to the next room now?
No. There still might be something here. I'm staying.
Me too.
I see. Well then, I will move ahead and see how our companions are doing. What do you intend to do?
I think I'll be moving along too.
Where do you plan to go?
So we've learned
That he can take his armor off.
well, here we learned that he can take his armor off. What we learn? Did we learn anything new in the last room?
Yeah, that everybody was
kidnapped on a different
Yeah.
day. Yeah, this is where the entire plot of the game happens.
Apparently.
is in these parts.
Very well.
I didn't read that,
Oh,
in
well.
case you were wondering.
I was thinking I might go over to the crew quarters.
Yeah, that's what I just clicked on,
I
so it's
shall head
fine.
to the lounge then. Until we meet again. Excuse me.
I took all the beer. Kay's robe flowed silently around him as he turned to leave. I made my way out of the infirmary behind him.
Why do you wear that robe?
Because he doesn't want to be naked.
But he's not naked because he's armored. Be weird if all knights wear robes. Now I'm imagining every knight wearing a robe, like a bathrobe, over their knightly armor. And how strange that development would be. Ah, our favorite first room.
Huh? So these are the crew quarters, huh?
Soon we'll never be coming here again.
Thank God.
Oh, Sigma. What are you doing here?
Hey, come on, man, don't be like that. We aren't enemies, are we?
I wonder.
What?
What happened to you, Tenmyoji? You've been acting weird ever since we found that lady's body.
And when that child tried to murder you.
Yeah.
Oh, you think so? Well, you sure it ain't just all in your head?
Fine. Let's move on to something else then. You and Quark. Is he your, grandkid?
Haven't we already come to the conclusion that we think that he might know her?
Yes.
Why do you want to know?
Why? Well, I mean, why do you think? He keeps calling you Grandpa, of course. I'm gonna wonder what the deal is. We all got kidnapped and brought here, apparently for no reason. Now they're making us all play some sort of weird game. I'm just trying to find a little meaning in all this nonsense. That's it. So tell me, Tenmyoji, are you really Quark's grandpa? Clover, Luna,
Sigma, where'd you come from?
did you not want me here?
No, it's okay, I guess. I just thought Tenmyoji was the only other person here.
This is the crew quarters. I came here with Clover and Tenmyoji. We decided we'd split up to investigate.
Huh? Makes sense. So you find anything?
0.
What? Which one?
No, I meant I found 0 things.
What about you? Anything suspicious?
I didn't find anything either. Although, I guess you could say this whole facility is suspicious.
Yeah, you've got a point there.
I almost feel like there's gonna be some implication that like a plot point will be that Luna dies first as a sign that something's wrong, because she has like a what looks like a canary in a coal mine type necklace.
Yeah.
So why do you think Zero put all these puzzles and stuff all over the place?
Well, maybe solving all of these puzzles is part of the Nonary Game.
Really? I thought the Nonary Game was a couple rounds of the AB game. Why would he need the puzzles and stuff then?
Clover, you can answer that. You've literally been in 3 of these.
But she refuses.
Well, what is the Nonary Game then? Why is Zero making us do all this?
Well, this is just, speculation, but
Maybe it's for entertainment, so rich, powerful people can watch.
Jesus, that's dark as fuck.
And also the plot of most death game stories. Or several of them. Especially Condemned.
Entertainment?
Yes. They're probably off in an opulent theater, watching us struggle while they drink brandy and eat caviar.
Why would they
You
eat?
think so, huh?
Why would they eat caviar?
That's just what she thinks rich people do.
Eating caviar and drinking brandy is like a terrible fucking combo. Like, why would you want the taste of, like brandy already is kind of like a burn your throat going down kind of thing, and then you want to eat caviar on top of that?
It's like a dare. It's like rich people hazing.
Rich people hazing? They just like bust into your room with like a bottle of fucking. They bust in with a bottle and some caviar.
Quick, you must drink some caviar. You must drink some brandy upside down. Swallow down this handful of caviar and beat this servant.
Which servant? The one you brought from home? Not Gerald. He's been with me all my life.
Forge water.
And he's like, "It's all right, my master. I've been waiting for this day proudly."
Sigma Phi.
Sigma Phi. Your father beat me when he was going through college, and you shall beat me the same.
How old are you?
I've been serving your family for generations.
Wait. This rich people hazing has a deep floor.
Man, I really wish I went to Harvard growing up.
So some rich bastards killed her off for kicks.
I don't think they killed her.
Death is that.
I don't think she was part of the game. Like, I think she probably died. I think she probably killed herself because she had Radical 6, if we're being
Maybe
honest
her
here.
dying didn't have anything to do with the rest of the game.
Oh my fucking god.
No. Kay was right. If her dying wasn't part of all this, the rabbit would have said something. But what we get? Nothing. Just tells us to keep playing and disappears. I can only think of one reason he'd do that. Murdering her was always part of Zero's plans. Now, if you can think of another way all this fits, well, I'd love to hear it.
So you're saying that Zero Senior is the one who murdered the old lady?
Now, it sure looks that way.
That means there's a 7 in 1 chance anybody could be the murderer.
Wait. 7?
Well, Alice and I can't be Zero.
Okay, I'll let the I part go, but
It's just counting themselves out. They could both be Zero. It's like, wow, you're part of a shady organization? That makes both of you, they're the ones that made it. They're running it. That was one of our ideas, wasn't it? The idea that, like, the organization that they're from is actually running this Nonary game, and it's all a weird conspiracy test just to cure Radical 6 or something.
you're gonna have to give me a little, you're gonna have to give me a little to convince me Alice can't be Zero.
What? Come on. Alice and I know each other. Well, how do you know each other? I guess you could say we're co-workers.
And where do you co-work?
An organization? That's kind of vague. What
And
kind
sinister
of
sounding.
organization?
Nonary Game organization. I mean...
The kind where they don't have dress codes.
Well, you see, we're psychics, and it just comes pouring out.
That's... I can't tell you.
God damn it. Worthless.
What? What do you mean you can't tell us?
I can't tell you. Just forget about it, okay? Why can't you tell us? Because it's confidential. At least I wouldn't tell.
You sound like a fucking child when
not
you
really
say
what-
it like that.
Yeah.
It's confidential.
Well, I mean, usually people say classified.
Well,
Confidential
adults say classified.
Yeah, well, when you say confidential, it means it sounds like you're talking about, like, your therapy relationship or something, or your doctor.
I mean, I don't know what they did at that training facility. Maybe they gave her psych evaluations.
Oh, come on, don't give me that. Look around you, Clover. You really think this is time for playing it close to the chest?
Have you seen her chest?
People you work for have something to do with what's going on here.
Oh my god, is Luna like fucking the only
The
intelligent
best character
person?
ever made.
Yeah, what's going on?
She must be
here?
Zero. Remember, we thought that we were like, "Wow, Ace, you're incredible." Zero. I mean, not Zero. But he was the evil man.
Oh shit! Is Luna the evil?
We were right about Ace being evil. It was just there weren't Zero.
Yeah. I mean, Luna is very...
It is really funny that both of the people that work at the secret agent organization are the ones that are dressed like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what is that crossover? Were they having a date night?
What kind of
Oh
date
my God,
night?
we're gonna go out to the club. Oh no, we're secret agents being captured in compromising clothes.
Can you even wear what Alice is wearing to anywhere? Like, can you publicly go outside looking like that?
I don't think that's in the anywhere dress code, no. It's also probably bad for your back to have, like, no bra.
When your tits are that big? Yeah, probably.
You're right.